So today, the directing world lost Joel Schumacher at 80 years old. So I wanted to do a video in his honor now. I put Batman Forever up there as he is the director of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which we'll be doing Batman and Robin Thursday. There is, however, another film of his that I've already reviewed on Instagram called St. Elmo's Fire, which you may have heard of. It's a 1985 film, a romance drama starring Rob Lowe as Billy Hicks, Judd Nelson as Alec Newberry, Demi Moore as Jules, Andre McCarthy as Kevin, Emilio Estevez as Kirby, Ali Sheedy as Leslie Hunter, Mara Winningham as Wendy, and Andy McDowell as Dale. It's a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes, which no, it's not much, and I think it deserves more. Because to be perfectly honest, out of all of Joel Schumacher's films, this is my favorite. And I'd also say that it's probably top 5 favorite 80s movies. So off of a budget of $10 million, the film made $37.8 million at the box office. When I first watched this, it was one I knew was an 80s movie, all like the major 80s movies, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, The Terminator, and St. Elmo's Fire. Of course, E.T. But I found it on the Pluto TV app. I don't know if you can still watch this movie or not. I think they cycle out what films they put on there. And this is a really well-made film, like I said, considering it's made by the director of Batman and Robin, which is a film that's not so good in a lot of people's opinions, but to be perfectly honest, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin will always have a special place in my heart. The acting, oh my goodness, the acting is peak perfection. Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson are spectacular. I am slightly a sucker for anything Rob Lowe is in, especially Parks and Rec. I want to say, I think he's in Outsiders. The Outsiders has been a movie I've been saying I'm going to watch and review for months now, but I still haven't done it. The dramatic tension that grows between Judd Nelson and, hold on a minute, Judd Nelson and Ali Sheedy's character is intense. They're recently engaged, but he feels as though he isn't ready to be engaged, and he does cheat on her character. And obviously she finds out because he can't keep his mouth shut and brags to people. What I love most about it is that no matter what problems you and your friends go through, no matter how many fights you get into, your friends will always have your back. Towards the end, anyway, there's a moment between, oh goodness gracious, what's her name? Demi Moore and Rob Lowe's character, so Jules and Billy. They're great friends, and so they're so close. They're like a brother-sister type deal. And Jules struggles with addiction, and Billy helps her, especially at the end. She has a mental breakdown. Nobody can get in. They're all like, oh, why are you here, getting all mad at each other. And Billy Hicks is just like, hey, enough, I need to get through. I need to get to my friend. He tries going through the fire escape. Eventually he gets through the front door, finds her, sits her down. They just have the most touching moment in any 80s movie I've ever seen. And that's saying something, because The Breakfast Club is still one of my favorite 80s movies. Number 2 maybe. I don't know. That's a list I want to make at some point. I need to do that, I think. Now, there is a subplot between what's his name here? Kirby and Dale. Dale is a nurse that Kirby falls in love with. He's trying to get her to go on a date, but she constantly leads him on, but in the end he moves on. Basically after finding out that she's, I believe it was engaged or married. I think they were engaged. And, you know, he goes to her cabin and finds out, and they talk it through. They don't fight, they just talk it through. He moves on and grows up because of the experience. Rob Lowe's character goes through an expertly executed development. He goes from a frat boy, who is a, 20-year-old father, to realizing he can't live his whole life at the frat boy stage and has to grow up and, be an actual father. Which leads me to another point of his character. He's in a band. You're probably thinking, oh, what's he play? Guitar, singer? No. You have not lived until you've seen shirtless Rob Lowe with long hair playing the saxophone. It is majestic. It is like seeing a unicorn, and that may sound weird to some people, but man, it's great. It may not actually be Rob Lowe playing the saxophone, but he's doing a good job pretending, at least. This is a very moving film, and one more thing I want to talk about is the absolute fire soundtrack. Now I'm gonna look up the name of the song. St. Elmo's Fire soundtrack. The full name of the song is St. Elmo's Fire, but it has another name, which is, where are we? Original motion picture soundtrack. I have it on Apple Music and I can't figure. Man in Motion, that's what it is. So St. Elmo's Fire or Man in Motion, really good song, like top tier 80s kind of. It's not really hair metal, more like a Foreigner love ballad type deal. And all the other songs on there are really good, but the instrumental version, which is called Love Theme from St. Elmo's Fire, I could listen to it for hours. Fun fact, you can buy it on CD for $8.10 on Amazon, or you can get it on vinyl for $34.99. Oh, but it's not on Prime. That's alright, I have it on Apple, so I do need to find this movie so I can have a copy of it eventually. I had not seen this movie. Now, it's at my review says last night. This was months ago. I just want to throw that out there. I haven't watched it. I think I watched it one more time after this, but I was looking for it the other night on Pluto and I didn't see it. But I had never seen it before, and I immediately fell in love with this movie. It's one that, like, I've been meaning to watch, and of course I finally did. I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. And of course, a Silver Shamrock, which I have not given out one of those in a while. Like, I can't even remember what movie. Maybe Shazam? Maybe Shazam. I don't know. It's been a while. Let me look over here. There is one coming. There's one coming. Don't worry, guys. I'm not being negative about movies, but there is. Well, there might be two or three, maybe 4. I don't know yet. But seriously, 10 out of 10. I can't recommend this movie enough. And, this isn't just a oh, it's because Joel Schumacher died. No, like, directing is great, the acting is great, you know, everything that you expect to happen, you know, kind of happens. As I was watching, you know, I felt like I could predict some of it. You know, I'm watching through and I'm like, you know what? Judd Nelson does not play the goody two-shoes characters. He definitely plays some sort of scummy character in any way. You know, he plays in The Breakfast Club, plays John Bender. So, with that said, obviously I was like, he's gonna cheat or do something, right? And he eventually does. Which still was like a boom, straight hit to the heart. So, like I said, can't recommend this movie enough. Go check it out somehow. It can't be that expensive. Let me know. I want to do more 80s movies eventually. And I'm starting Back to the Future in 4 weeks. I know that sounds crazy that I'm like, whoa, wait, you're planning this out? Yes, I am. I have to, or I will lose my mind. So Back to the Future is coming soon. That's a nice 80s movie. But St. Elmo's Fire, great movie, great acting from, I would say, one of the greater directors of Hollywood. You know, there are worse people than Joel Schumacher. So rest in peace, Mr. Schumacher. You will be missed. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed what you just watched. If you're interested in more of my videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notifications every time I upload a video. And also, if you could, just leave a like down below and maybe even consider commenting, telling me things I did good, things I did bad.